Today's video is a very special one. We're stepping into the heart of the home, the kitchen, but this is no ordinary kitchen. We're walking into Grandma's kitchen. I'll share 25 minimalist techniques that Grandma used to run her household efficiently and sustainably. Technique 1. Mason jar storage. In Grandma's kitchen, mason jars weren't just for Grandma's homemade jam. She stored everything from dried herbs to grains and even leftover soups in them. It kept her pantry organized and easily visible, which is a key principle of minimalism. And as a bonus, it also added a charming, rustic look to her kitchen. Technique 2. The everlasting cast iron skillet. This humble piece of cookware was the heart of Grandma's cooking. From morning pancakes to dinner casseroles, the versatile cast iron skillet was used for a variety of dishes, thus reducing the need for multiple pots and pans. With proper care, these skillets can last for generations. Technique 3. The forgotten root cellar. Despite advances in technology, Grandma knew the importance of a cool, dark place to store fruits, vegetables, and preserves. This natural preservation method extended the life of fresh produce, making them available even in off-seasons. Technique 4. Preserving and canning. Do you remember those shelves stacked with jars filled with jams, pickles, and sauces in Grandma's pantry? She made all those herself. This practice not only allowed her to enjoy seasonal produce all year round, but also significantly reduced food waste. Technique 5. The art of composting. In Grandma's kitchen, nothing went to waste, not even food scraps. Leftover vegetable peels, coffee grounds, and eggshells were turned into nutrient-rich compost for her garden. A true symbol of the waste not, want not philosophy. Technique 6. The magic of a sourdough starter. Freshly baked bread was a common feature in Grandma's kitchen thanks to the bubbling sourdough she always had on her kitchen counter. This living, fermented mixture was ready to make bread, pancakes, or biscuits at any given time. Technique 7. Homemade vinegar. Did you know that you can turn leftover wine or fruit scraps into homemade vinegar? Well, Grandma did. She was a master at making the most out of what she had, including making her own delicious, high-quality vinegar. Technique 8. Eco-friendly cleaning. There were no cabinets full of chemical-laden cleaning supplies in Grandma's kitchen. A simple mixture of vinegar, baking soda, and lemon served as her all-purpose cleaner. Technique 9. Reusable cloth napkins. Unlike our reliance on paper towels, Grandma used cloth napkins. They were easy to clean, reusable, and much more sustainable and economical in the long run. Technique 10. Manual grinding. Grandma knew that fresh is best. She had a manual grinder for coffee beans and spices, ensuring the freshest possible flavors in her cooking. Technique 11. Pressure canning. Before we dive into the topic at hand, I have a small request to make. If you're enjoying this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could show your support by subscribing to the channel. This way, you'll be the first to know about future content and updates, and it will also help us reach a wider audience. Thank you for your consideration. Grandma knew the importance of preparing for lean times. Pressure canning allowed her to preserve meats, vegetables, and even soups and stews, keeping meals ready for when they were needed. Technique 12. The dairy corner. Homemade butter, cheese, yogurt. These were regular features in Grandma's kitchen. If you have access to raw milk, consider following Grandma's footsteps and try making your own dairy products at home. Technique 13. Beeswax wraps. Long before the era of plastic wrap, Grandma had beeswax wraps. They were reusable, easy to clean, and perfect for keeping food fresh. Technique 14. Rainwater harvesting. This practice wasn't limited to Grandma's garden. She collected rainwater in barrels and used it for various household chores, saving on water bills and conserving this precious resource. Technique 15. Wood stove cooking. It might sound primitive to some, but wood stove cooking is a versatile skill that served multiple purposes. Not only was it a source of heat during winter, but it also imparted a unique smoky flavor to the food cooked on it. Technique 16. Homemade broths. Vegetable scraps and leftover bones weren't thrown away. Instead, they were transformed into rich, nutritious broths, a perfect example of Grandma's no-waste policy. Technique 17. Glass milk bottles. Grandma's milk came in glass bottles that were returned, sterilized, and reused, cutting down the waste associated with disposable cartons or plastic. Technique 18. Oilcloth tablecloths. Grandma's table was always covered with a charming oilcloth tablecloth. Easy to clean and long-lasting, it's a minimalist choice for today's fast-paced world. Technique 19. DIY spice mixes. With a handful of basic spices, Grandma created an array of different spice blends. Making your own blends allows you to control the flavors and avoid any unwanted additives. Technique 20. Drying herbs. Grandma never wasted herbs. She dried them for use throughout the year, ensuring a constant supply of flavors for her cooking. Technique 21. Fermenting. This is a great method to preserve food and improve its nutritional profile. From sauerkraut to kimchi, Grandma's kitchen often had a fermenting jar on the go. Technique 22. Wood fire oven baking. The flavor of bread or pizza cooked in a wood fire oven is hard to beat. It's a slow, enjoyable process that also brings the family together. Technique 23. Windowsill gardening. No backyard, no problem. A sunny windowsill was enough for Grandma to grow herbs, greens, and small vegetables. Technique 24. Candlelight. Not only did it create a warm, inviting atmosphere, but using candles in the evening also saved on electricity. And finally, Technique 25. Zero waste approach. Grandma believed in the adage waste not, want not. This principle was the cornerstone of her kitchen management, impacting everything from cooking to cleaning. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more minimalist living tips. Remember, simplicity isn't about deprivation. It's about creating space for the things that truly matter. Until next time, stay simple, stay happy,